So I know there's a lot of people out there who always want to make extra money or are also just kind of curious what influencers do. So I wanted to share with you guys my personal story through content creation, my experiences for the last 5 years, and also kind of give you guys some tips on what's worked for me if you are somebody who is looking to try and get into the content creation space or is just curious of what all goes into it. So to start out, 5 years ago, I started posting country dance videos online. There was a girl by the name of Jessie, if you guys have followed me for a while, that these videos started going viral on TikTok, and everybody thought that we were in love, and we thought it was kind of funny, and nobody would have thought that I would have gained hundreds of thousands of followers within a few months. So we just thought it was kind of funny just to play around with people. I had just met her. We were just friends. And so we just kept posting videos and people kept following it and were interested. And then I started posting videos of me dancing with all of my other friends at the time. And then people were curious of which girl I liked. And then, other girls saw that and wanted to go out with me. And then I was kind of broadcasting my dating life online. So next thing you know, I get all these hundreds of thousands of followers, and now artists are reaching out to me and they're like, "Hey, we would love to promote our song on your TikTok. How much do you charge and everything?" And this is my first experience with all this. So I only charged like 75, $100 at the time. And they paid me for it. And then I started to do some research online and everything. And then you come to find out you can charge a lot more for that stuff. And then you get brands, people who's trying to sell vacuums, clothes, toothbrushes, drones on TikTok. And I was like, wow, cool. A lot of extra ways to make money, and then start charging a little bit more. And I would charge $300, $400, $500 for a video. Once I got to 800,000 followers, I started to charge $1,000 to do any sort of brand deals, which was great from like 21, 22, and I think part of 23. But then I guess TikTok kind of changed, and maybe these brands weren't getting as much in return, so they started offering a lot less to content creators. And it was always a lot of Chinese companies, I guess, because TikTok is owned by China. So there's a lot of Chinese companies like Temu and Shein and all that. So there was a language barrier. It wasn't easy to do the videos. And they weren't very descriptive of what they really wanted. You ended up doing a lot of drafts. I pretty much just stopped doing those. The only ones that I really do now are just working with labels. And that it depends on what kind of video they want. And oftentimes they'll just reach out to you and say, "Hey, we got $200 we can give you, or $300 we can give you if you post this video." So while that's going on, I started to post on Instagram more, and then YouTube in I think 2023, and YouTube Shorts came out. And I kind of wanted to find a way to grow my brand and make extra money. And fortunately, I got in the content monetization program on YouTube and started making money there. But YouTube has not been crazy great. I originally started posting just like one or two videos a day on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, and I could make anywhere with 150,000 subscribers, anywhere from like $300. If I had a couple of videos go viral, maybe would reach 1,000. But hey, an extra $500 a month is great doing that. I'm trying to grow that more. The sucky part is I'm pretty much known for dancing, so I can't post long form video content talking to you guys. I can't show that and make money off of that. I wish I could. So I'm currently struggling because I would like to take advantage of an opportunity. I have 150,000, 152,000 subscribers now. My YouTube Shorts kind of hot right now. So I'm trying to take advantage of that by sharing more long form content here. Hopefully I can find something interesting to talk about. Maybe this will be something that I can talk to you guys more about. But yeah, so you can make money that way by posting YouTube Shorts. Now, TikTok came out with the Creator Rewards program in 2023, where you had to post 1 minute long videos of original content. So that's why I stopped posting as much dance videos and started doing some talking videos with Emily. We would respond to haters' comments or do little skits and stuff to try and make more money. And at first it was great. If a video got, like 1 million views, you would make $1,000 for the video, and your RPM was like at $1. And the RPM, I believe, is when it's at $1 is $1 for every 1,000 views. So you'd make $1 million or $1,000 on 1 million views. But then it's like the way they rate it is weird. Like the RPM like drops at like the end of the month because I guess advertisers spend less. And then your RPM is basically based on how many people are watching and liking and commenting. Which I think is a little unfair because as a content creator, I have no idea how my videos get sent out to people. I have no control over that whatsoever. And I think one of the frustrating aspects of that is like I'm friends with some really pretty girls. And I've seen other pretty girls online. Maybe there are guys who get these numbers too, but for the most part I see it's like really pretty girls. They get really high engagement. Like there's a friend of ours, she'll post a video, it'll get 30,000 views, but it'll have 6,000 likes. But meanwhile, that's over a 10% like to view ratio. Whereas like if I get a video that gets 30,000 views, I maybe will get 1,000 likes on it. But then that somehow lowers my RPM, which again, I have no control. Why does TikTok send my video out to, 30, 50,000 people, but then the whole point of this is like I'll get more views on a video but have way less likes than some of these girls, but they have way higher engagement, and I'm just like, well, why does my RPM drop over that? I have no control that TikTok sent my video out to 50,000 people and only sent theirs out to like 20 or 30, even though their engagement is much higher. So it doesn't make much sense to me. And then TikTok lately has been terrible with views. I have no idea what it wants. We did kind of figure out that we could post dance videos for like a minute if you made it like a minute long second, or a minute 1 second. And so end of last year when we found that out, I was posting 2 videos a day to TikTok where you would make money on them, 1 minute of talking video and then 1 minute of a dancing video. And they were getting sent out tons of people, and I was making anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a month, the end of last year through about the summer of this year. And then you saw a pretty steady decline, and now it says my RPM is down to like 20 cents. So I don't know if I need to take a month off from posting to see if that'll boost my RPM, but it's very frustrating. And some of my videos, I mean, I have 800,000 subscribers on TikTok, and some videos will do 100,000 views, and then other videos I'll be lucky to get 10,000. It's very hit or miss, and I've never had this experience in the last 10 years last 5 years of posting on TikTok. Now, at the end of 2023, I wanted to just grow my brand. I wanted more people to see me. So I was like, well, why don't I post on Facebook? Because turns out Facebook is the largest platform in the entire world, has the most users of any of them. So I was like, well, doesn't make any sense to not post my content there. Well, I start posting videos on Facebook, and pretty quickly, and by the way, if you start on Facebook, you have to turn your Facebook account into a professional account. Just Google that on how to do all that. It'll give you step-by-step settings on how to do that. So I get on Facebook and I start posting, and pretty quickly I gain about 3,000 followers. And then I get a notification that says that I could apply to be in the content monetization program. And I was like, oh, what's that? So I click on that and apply, and I get accepted, and come to find out Facebook pays you for your videos. If you post like a 15-second clip, now the rule is the video has to be over 10 seconds to make money. But I would post a 15-second dance clip, and they place an ad on the bottom of the dance clip, and then they give you part of the revenue sharing. So I was like, wow, this is super cool. And then they also sent me notifications saying that they're now paying for likes and comments on photos and posts and everything. So I was like, wow, this is super cool. So I'm posting anywhere from 3 to 4 videos a day on Facebook, and status updates. I post a couple of photos, and I just post random photos of whatever we're doing for the day. I try to be entertaining as possible. I'll take real life stuff and try and like kind of twist it and present it in an entertaining way, because this is an entertainment platform. To me, I view social media as a movie or a TV show. I mean, you can pretty much consider my social media just a daily TV show of short little clips. So you have to present that in an entertaining way so people will watch. There has to be a little bit of drama. There has to be some emotional undertones to it. Like whenever you read a book or you watch a movie, there has to be something interesting that happens for people to watch. And I've grown up watching WWE my entire life, and they focus on storytelling. It's a long soap opera. So you have to present things in an entertaining way. And does that result in a lot of people commenting about what a piece of crap I am for dancing with other women and stuff? Blah, 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 blah. Sure. Do I care? No, I don't, because I'm trying to pay my bills and save money, have a child on the way. And, being able to make thousands of dollars extra a month has changed my life. I mean, there's nothing in life that I can't do right now because of you guys, because you guys have followed me, and I'm unbelievably grateful for that. And I hope people are entertained by my videos. I know a lot of people are, and we're always super grateful whenever we are out in public and people will come up to us and say that they enjoy our videos, that put a smile on their face, and some of the nice messages we received over the years. It is overwhelmingly awesome. And super grateful for all of you guys. But the cool thing is with Facebook is, I started making, a couple $100 first few months, and then it was like 1,000, and I was up like 30, 40,000 subscribers. And I was like, wow, this is pretty lucrative. This was at the end of 23. And then I think I was in the 200,000s by the next year, by summer of 24. And it just started to like take a life of on its own, and I started making $3,000 to $5,000 a month every single month last year, which was crazy, on top of TikTok and everything else. And then I just thought it was super cool that Facebook pays you for, the ads on the reels. It pays you for the photo updates, and then it pays you for the status updates. And then as of this year, Facebook now pays for stories. So the more stories you post, because I guess they're trying to compete with Snapchat. So the more you post on Facebook, the more money you make. It is a literal job. You have to post at it a ton. Currently, right now, Emily has 100,000 subscribers on Facebook, and she's pretty much averaged about $3,000 a month on Facebook this entire month. So that's just kind of like the numbers that you can base it off of if you do it already or if you want to start it. That's pretty much the subscriber count that you'll have to get to make, $3,000 a month. Now I'm currently up to almost 440,000 subscribers on Facebook right now. This past year has been crazy. From the time that we got married, it took a huge jump. I guess people were very interested in the marriage content, the wedding content, and everything. I ended up gaining tens of thousands of followers a month, and my revenue started going up to over $10,000 a month. At the end, the first month, it was December of 23. Before we got married, it started, and then it was crazy. It was like 10, 12,000, 11,000, 15,000, 12,000, 9,000, and then in July, I made 20,000 in 1 month on Facebook, which was ultimately mind blowing. And all that is great and wonderful, and I'm pretty good at putting away money and everything, and I invest and all of that. But it does fluctuate a ton because I made 20,000 in July, but let's just say the last 3 months I've only made 9,000, and that's only on Facebook alone because I'm still making $1,000 a month on TikTok and making money on YouTube, and then Instagram too. And I'll get to Instagram in a minute. Instagram's pretty boring, to be honest with you guys. There's really not much to share there. They do pay for likes and reels, or photos and reels. But I get like 19 million views a month with 272,000 followers on YouTube, on Instagram. And the cool thing is you can connect your Instagram to your Facebook, so all of your videos will automatically share to Facebook. So that way you're basically posting on two apps at once. But you're only making about $1,000 a month on Instagram with 272,000 subscribers based off of likes and views, which is great. It's an added extra income. I wish I paid more like Facebook did, but very happy with any extra money that I can make. But back to the money of social media is like you can have a great month for a while. I have several friends, Savannah, Morgan, who have gotten into it and they've had a couple hot months where they were making pretty good money, and then the following month it took a pretty big hit. And that'll happen. That's just the name of the game. You just have to continuously post. You have to treat it like a job. I always post breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and try and find it in between there. Some extra times to post, but the more you post, the more money you make, and you have to be consistent with it and be entertaining. And I always tell people to tell stories. Everybody is always so concerned about what people online or what people may say about them in real life or online, and you can't control any of that. It's just the old phrase of you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So I really don't care what, Susie in Missouri thinks about me, or Chris out in Australia says I'm a piece of crap. Okay, like it doesn't change my life at all. I have a great family, I have a great wife, I got great friends. Comment whatever you want as long as you're watching. That's all that matters to me. But I've seen a lot of people quit their jobs because they got into content creation and they started making pretty good money, and then they quit their jobs. And if you can do both, in my personal opinion, I think you should do both. If you can keep a day job and post online, just because you have no control over it, it is super inconsistent. Um, like I said, you can have a super hot month. Even last year I would make 5,000 one month, and the following month I would make 1,800, and then we'd be back up to 3,200. You just have no idea, and it's kind of hard to base your bills around that. And ooh, I gotta let the cats out. Their dinner just dropped. Go ahead, Goosey. Go eat your dinner. All right, sorry for the quick interruption. But you just really have no idea, and you have no control over it. So if you, unless you get to like Logan Paul status or like Mr. Beast, where you do have millions, or maybe you are here on YouTube and can make, really good long form content and are steadily pulling in, enough money to pay all your bills, go for it. I personally don't see myself ever doing that, just because we have, a very successful irrigation landscape lighting business here in Charleston. So I don't want to give that up. That's, if I can make double the income, I'm going to hustle. And I'm going to do both. And you just have to take care of yourself. That's just my opinion. Do with that what you want. But I would also at least give yourself some time to prove to yourself that you can make money for at least a year before you do that. Because like I said, there's just a few people that I saw that after a few months, they just quit their day jobs. And I get it, because maybe a couple of them were, younger girls in their early 20s, and maybe they weren't working super exciting jobs, and, were making more money online and just wanted to give it a shot. I respect them for giving it a shot, but I just would give it more time. I'm trying to think. That's pretty much everything. And yeah, there are other ways to make money on TikTok, and Facebook is now offering brand deals, like through the app itself. And like TikTok does other stuff where like you can work with artists directly, and like you can use sounds, and if you use these certain sounds and you get X number of views, they pay more for each like different levels. And that's cool and everything, but it's always like $100, and that type of content doesn't feel authentic to me. I don't want to get on. I want to try and be entertaining myself. I don't want to just use somebody else's. I don't know. I just don't want to click on a sound. Like if somebody wants to pay me, I guess like directly, it doesn't feel like a big deal. But like going on the TikTok app itself and then choosing a certain sound and trying to get views with, I don't know. It just doesn't entertain me that much, to be honest with you. That's another way you can make money there. But Facebook is by far the best app to make money on, probably besides YouTube, unless you're doing long form content on YouTube, which again, I'm trying to get better at. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about on here, happy to talk about it, happy to share any more insights. But if you, like I said, if you're a content creator and you want to get into the space, that's what you can expect. Certain thresholds you'll get to of how much money you can expect to make. That's my experience. Maybe you'll get with some brands and stuff. At least you'll have some numbers to base it off of. If you are also curious, just Google too. You know, they'll have rankings of how much you can charge based on how many followers you have and everything you can get. So, but yeah, that's my experience. Thank you guys for listening. Can't wait to talk to you guys soon, and also can't wait to share baby Asa with you guys here soon. He's coming any day now.